I mean, this still might wind up right here.
Yeah.
It just feels like you're gonna break it before they'd ever even slide. It doesn't split the oil pan. Makes a little bit of a mess. It actually has a removable cylinder. We got a bunch of foam inside there.
Well, hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650 Eve here, and today I'm in one of my favorite places, Sills Motor Sales, and we're going to do something really cool and exciting to our brand new 2021 Honda CBR 1000RR-R SP Fireblade. Today we're going to rip off the stock exhaust. You might be wondering, why the heck are we going to do that? Well, that's what we do on the 650 Eve YouTube channel. We want to make the bike faster. We want to remove restrictions and catalytic converters. We want to make it louder and sound more crisp. And I think we're going to accomplish that with a new exhaust that we're going to install from our good friends, Miami Manny at Motul Million. But hey, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, tap that bell and you'll get notified when new content is uploaded. I can barely contain my excitement because I haven't even seen this full titanium exhaust with carbon fiber canister that Miami Manny from Motul Million sent us, but I'm sure it's striking and amazing. And inside the shop there, Zack the Master Mechanic is ready to get this thing installed. We also have a set of Pirelli tires coming for the CBR Fireblade real soon. But Zack, what are you doing?
Hey, what's going on? I was just checking over what gets done on our first break-in service of the CBR 1000 here, and really not much. If you look at our maintenance schedule, you see our first service is approximately 600 miles, and we just got to change the engine oil. So
nice.
We're just going to change the oil and check the chain because it's had some time on it. How many miles we got on it now? I think I got a key here.
550 something, I think.
So we'll get some fresh oil in it, and surprisingly, it only recommends just the standard GN4 10W30. We're going to switch it to 10W40, just that little extra weight, and yeah, we're just going to run the standard oil in it for now. I think till about 6,000 miles. Then if you wanted to switch to synthetic, you could, but they don't recommend a synthetic oil in the service manual.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I thought maybe, because Honda does have their own synthetic blend and a full synthetic, and I thought they'd recommend one of them, but they don't. So we'll stick with the standard oil. So we'll get that changed, and yeah, we're going to pop on a new exhaust. Let's take a peek at it. I haven't even looked at it yet. I wanted to keep it a surprise.
Me too.
So we have in here, this is going to be the silencer, I'd imagine.
Okay.
Because it's a smaller box than the other one.
All right.
Direct from Motul Million. Thanks, Manny.
He's the best.
All right, we got our normal styrofoam packaging here.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Let's see. Oh, it is taped. It looked like it was not taped.
And you put your knife away.
I know. I thought it looked like it wasn't taped because someone took a peek, I'd say. It doesn't look like it is short.
I like it.
We got a short one, and it looks to be dark in color. Oh, carbon fiber.
That's beautiful, tough guy.
That is pretty cool.
That's nice. Can we put it next?
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah. Let's hold it next to it, man. Oh, you're gonna weigh it, of course.
Yeah, we got the official postage scale.
Yep.
Hopefully
3 pounds.
Was it zeroed out? Oh yeah, we were zeroed out. 3 pounds, a little less even.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so we'll weigh this against the stock one, of course, and I don't know where the stock pipe is going to wind up. I mean, this still might wind up right here.
Oh, wow. That looks great.
But definitely smaller, still Akrapovic.
Yes.
Same logo. Gotta love it. So let's check out the rest of the exhaust system, and we can get the weight of it, actually.
There we go.
What do we got?
You've got...
I don't want to go too far away.
10 pounds.
10 pounds.
10 pounds.
That is insane.
Wow.
That's like nothing.
Yes. For a full exhaust
system? For a full exhaust
system.
Yeah. I'm sure the one we're pulling off is going to be closer to 25. This should actually be 2 pieces, but I don't know if we'll ever get it apart. See, so there's tabs back here that need to slide, and just when with the new paint on them, it just feels like you're going to break it before they'd ever even slide. I don't know. We'll leave it together.
Okay.
It can go back on that way. It's not very heavy.
Well, we'll eventually have a carbon fiber full 6 unit to replace that with.
Cool.
If they make one.
Yeah. I know Honda put out some carbon fiber parts, actually.
Okay.
HRC makes some.
Oh.
Ah, and there's our big catalytic converter.
Let's see that sucker. Right there, Mr. Zack? Oh, right there. Yeah, right there.
Big swell.
This is the oil pan, eh?
Yeah. So it's got also what's called like a sidewinder exhaust, so that's kind of cool. It goes just out one side of the oil pan. It doesn't split the oil pan. Usually we have the 2 headers, and one goes on one side, one goes on the other side. So this is like a sidewinder, so it gives it a little extra length. The HP4 Race has a Sidewinder on it, actually.
Oh, wow.
You need this, but you need a specific oil pan to do that, you know?
Yes.
Looks like our oil filters, that's not too terrible of a spot. Gonna put some oil right on our oxygen sensor, but not a huge deal. Engine's a little bit above room temperature. You had it running outside for a minute, so we'll go ahead and dump that oil out.
Okay.
All right, so we got the oil draining out, and now we got to remove our oil filter. Honda makes an awesome oil filter wrench. It fits on the filters nice and snug, and you can either just put your ratchet on it or use a 17mm socket, because they always crank these things on at the factory. That's for sure. And then once you get it broken free, spin it right off. Makes a little bit of a mess.
Yeah. How's the oil look? Can you see shavings and all that stuff?
It's pretty dirty.
Okay.
It's not the cleanest. I mean, it's coming out fairly clean from here. This doesn't look so bad, but it was time to change it, and the shavings would probably be in the bottom of the pan. We'll take a look after we dump it.
Okay.
But that's totally common. The transmission's got to break in. The clutch is breaking in. All our components are mating together. That's why there's even a break-in oil change or break-in procedures, you know?
Yes.
Which I'm sure were followed specifically.
Yeah, right. 24 to 30 Newton meters.
Yep. So let's do 28.
Okay.
Sounds right in the middle, all right?
28 it is.
Sweet. So yeah, just our regular GN4 10W40 oil.
How many quarts?
It actually wasn't that much. I looked it up. I think it was 3.2 or something. We'll see what it winds up taking.
Okay.
I was surprised how low it was. But then when you took the engine apart, there was like a whole quart of oil hiding somewhere.
Okay.
I think it's like 3.2 oil, engine oil and filter, and 4.2 when you disassemble the engine. So I don't know where a quart of oil hides, but they must have. Oh, we were thinking maybe the oil cooler.
Okay.
Because it is a bigger oil cooler. It must not. Yeah, because look, the oil cooler goes uphill. So even when you change your oil, you're not getting that quart of oil out of there. I bet you that's the difference. So just double checking the oil level on your dipstick. You don't screw it in. You can see I left it just a little bit high, and that should be what's going to get sucked through the oil filter, hopefully, and then we'll be right at the perfect full mark after we run it for about 30 seconds. Let's see if we got that right. And if we did, it took just about exactly 3.2 quarts, so that's nice that they're on point with that spec. That's pretty close.
Yes.
Not too shabby, 17 pounds. We're at 7 for the other one.
Yep.
So 10 pounds, definitely going to notice that.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
for sure. I'm sure the shock is raised up a little bit and everything like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Since this is the Sidewinder style, we're now going to have to build this a little bit differently. So this is actually the far right and far left header. That should just slide up into our adapter pieces now. And then we have to attach the springs. The next challenging part. Okay, so now we got our center two. And these probably just wind up below the other two, I'd imagine. Yep, that'll line up quite nicely. So now we'll put on the world's shortest collector pipe.
Okay. It's coming together.
Yep, getting close. Most of the difficult stuff is done. We should be able to fire it up here soon.
Oh, the puzzle's coming along great. The mid pipe's on.
Yep. Just got to tighten up the clamp now that we got the spring on it. But I had to pull the side fairing so we could install a radiator guard. But that gives us a cool look at the engine here. So let's check that out. Something of note, if you look right here, you can see it actually has a removable cylinder. So if you wind up with scored or worn out cylinders, you could change all 4 cylinders. Oh. It's not part of the block. Usually that's all part of the block. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
From a rebuilding standpoint.
Yes.
It looks pretty tall. Like if you go from here to here, that looks like a really long engine.
Yeah.
Lots of coolant hoses. What else did we see that was, it looks like we got to get some stainless steel brake lines. We got rubber brake lines. I can't believe they did that.
Oh, really? Could they be rubber coated or no?
No.
These are rubber lines.
Those are rubber lines.
Oh man, that's
cheaped out on the brake lines.
Yeah.
And then you noticed up in the intake track here.
Yes.
We got a bunch of foam inside there, and there's holes on the side. So I don't know. We might have to see what we can do with the intake track to maybe get a little more power even.
There's
like
a lot of them
on
the top.
Yeah. But see, can you see the holes up in the back there? I don't know if you can see that. There's one on either side.
Yeah.
I feel like that should probably be solid straight to the intake track because they went out of their way. That's why they like this push button start on this.
Yes.
There's no ignition, so it's not down in the frame here. So it's a nice straight path right into our airbox.
Yeah.
So
and now it's covered by foam.
Holes and foam and stuff. The only reason I could guess would be for acoustic reasons, because they're really trying to keep down intake noise. I guess that's an issue with the EPA now. You have to have a certain volume of intake noise at a certain RPM, which is why this bike's so quiet and tame until that 8,000. They must test it 7,500 or something.
Yes.
So pretty common. Let's go ahead and get the rest of the exhaust on, and then we'll see how these radiator guards go, and we'll show how to put the fairing back together. Okay. It wasn't, here, come back over here real quick. It wasn't too difficult. You have to pull off a center panel up here. Okay. And then this wing comes apart first. This outside part comes off, and then there's just a couple push pins. Okay. And like 4 fasteners. It wasn't, once you do it once, it's not too difficult, but the first time was kind of tricky.
Get those stupid things off. I mean, who rides a passenger on these type of bikes anyway? That's what GSs are for.
I mean, yeah, if you're able to have 2 bikes, but if you can only have 1.
Yeah.
Definitely not going far with a passenger. Chain all cleaned up. Set the tire pressure, run a quick safety check on it, and then first service can be called complete, and we'll hear how it sounds. Nice. We got the bike fully reassembled. Didn't have any leftover parts, so that's always nice.
Yes, yes.
We found all the clips, fasteners. And yeah, overall, I'd say next time this comes apart, no big deal. Yeah. First time's always a little tricky, but it wasn't even that difficult. Just some of those tabs are super sticky and you don't want to break them, you know? Yes. I'm glad we didn't have to separate that belly pan for any reason. That would have been pretty difficult to get apart. Here we go. That was louder. Sounds good? Yes. Warm up a little bit and we'll see what it really sounds like. So far no check engine light, so that's good. Motor's freaking out. Oh, it is? Yeah, you can hear it. It's just trying to spin. Hopefully it doesn't get too mad. Get close to the seat. Yeah. Here. I don't know if we can hear it. Where it only goes to 57 that I was showing you. Watch. Never goes past it. All right, so just got back from a successful test ride. I love it when that happens. Wasn't quite sure what the results were going to be, but sure enough, it just must be the dullness of that throttle on the bottom end. Shows up when you're just trying to rev it. And it was fine. Once it got to the 8,000 RPM mark, took off just like it did before. If anything, I think it pulled a little bit harder. So we may have gained some power. Handling still phenomenal. Brakes, quick shifter. Didn't wind up with a check engine light. Chain's nice and tight. We got a fresh oil change. It's all broken in, ready for the dyno.
Yes.
To see what kind of power it makes, and then hopefully we can find some kind of ECU tuning options to maybe unlock that throttle, so we can get even if it just lowered a little bit down to 4,000 or 5,000, if it could kick in there. It's just so dull until you get to about 7,000, 8,000 RPM, you know?
Yeah. I'm back from Sills, where Zach got to ride the CBR 1000RR-R SP, and now it's my turn. But let me know what you think about the yellow engine cover for my C8 Corvette. I think it goes nicely. We could take a peek in there with the yellow calipers, yellow seat belts, and the yellow accents all over the car. Most of my bikes are finally home, and they're sitting here comfortably in the garage. We have the R1250 GS Adventure, the Zuma 125, the Panigale 1199R with its 1299 engine. We got the 2015 Yamaha R1M track bike, the Aprilia RSV4 1100 factory 2019 model, 2020 Yamaha R1M street bike, Panigale V4R, gorgeous machine, resembles very much a freaking Superleggera. Yeah, great bike. 2020 S1000RR, and of course the classic brute, strong, reliable, bulletproof bike, the BMW HP4. But today, it's all about the CBR 1000RR SP, and it's going to be my first ride with this awesome new exhaust. So let's fire it up using its keyless system, and we'll take a listen to it again. All right, so here we go. Still has that flat spot that hasn't gone anywhere. We weren't expecting it to with just an exhaust change, but what you still get is, number one, you have a check engine light now. So that sucks. And that's because those servo motors are looking to do something and they're not right now. So we will see if there's a way to get rid of that check engine light. I'm probably sure that maybe Servo Buddy or someone will create a plug-in for that, but now you get amazing sound to match really great performance of this machine when you get into higher revs. You know, it's not bad. You can definitely hear the quick shift and auto blip better now with this beautiful exhaust, and believe it or not, I do feel the weight reduction. Definitely feels more nimble now that we've eliminated 15 pounds of weight from underneath the motorcycle, basically. Oh, but that quick shift and auto blip is definitely one of my favorite things about this bike as I cruise on some really unsettled roads. Now, the motorcycle stock has very tall gearing. First gear, as you see, you can comfortably cruise around, shucks, almost at 60 miles an hour. And on the highway, you can really be in fourth gear if you wanted to. In sixth gear, no bother using it with this tall gearing, but wow. You hear that? That is really nice. So if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, tap that bell, and you'll get notified when new content is uploaded, huh? I'm going to continue to enjoy these beautiful roads and ride the bike with its new exhaust installed and enjoy how it sounds. Can't cross that double yellow line, so, you know, there you go. Yeah. Alright folks, enjoy this cornfield as I say goodbye. And we'll catch you next time on the 650 Eve YouTube channel. Oh man, that sounds great.